All right. Hello. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because do I have a interesting video for you guys today? And I don't want to waste any time. Trump confirms 25% tariffs on all foreign-made vehicles take effect at midnight. So this is updated about 9 minutes ago. They're constantly updating this website. This is CBC. Basically, what I want to talk to you guys about today is I want to talk to you about the tariffs that Trump has just introduced to the market, and then I want to show you guys how it's actively affecting the market. I try to look at the S&P 500, SPX. I didn't see anything, but I have several stocks that I want to show you, including YMAX, which I believe tracks the S&P 500 pretty well. We're going to use this as a marker to say that the S&P 500 is likely down about 2.4%. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about all other companies to show you how it's not only affecting small companies, but it's also affecting extremely large companies as well, with Apple down about 5.44%. So let's jump into that. And then I want to tell you guys what I'm currently doing. And then I want to tell you guys what you can do for yourselves. So if that does sound good, we're going to go through all this. If you are interested, content like this, we're up to 7,733 subscribers, 105 subscribers in the past 28 days. So if you guys enjoy the content, please remember to subscribe. So I was getting active tips from a friend. He's pretty much like a political analyst, something like that. Basically, anyone with a TV can pretty much be a political analyst these days. And as you can tell, we were watching Donald Trump unfold his tariffs plan. I totally joking about that point earlier. But anyways, we're totally watching Donald Trump and his tariff plan. And basically, we knew these tariffs were coming. We planned for this within our portfolio. And if you followed our channel, you knew that we planned for this. I have not been adding any more money to my account. I have not been buying. All I've been doing is this, getting cash. I've been accumulating cash because it's very important that we register this downside that's likely coming because of these tariffs, and we look to take advantage. One thing that I do want to mention to you guys, I was actually compelled to buy today. I wanted to buy, but I resisted the urge knowing that these tariffs were coming, and the market could have shot up. It could have shot down. It is shooting down as Donald Trump announces these tariffs, but really we're entering rocky waters. As mentioned kind of at the top here, let's talk about Donald Trump's tariffs. So Trump confirms a 25% tariff on all foreign-made vehicles to take effect at midnight. This has been one of the huge things that he's announced is tariffs on foreign-made vehicles because he wants manufacturing to come back to the United States. Some big factories like Honda, Toyota, Tesla, things that are in other countries. Tesla is not so much, but Honda, Toyota, other like GMC or Chrysler. So that's a big one. What else is big is if I go to this article over here, they mention it's kind of back and forth with a couple ones because I don't understand the full complete story of the tariffs, but I do have some big ones that I want to show you. Trump pledges a minimum 10% barrier on all trading partners. So if we go back to his board here, you could see China, European Union, Vietnam, Taiwan, Japan, India. All these companies are going to receive in some way, shape, or form a 10% barrier on all trading partners, a 10% tariff on all these partners. And so everyone is going to be impacted by these tariffs. And this is, of course, a plan by Donald Trump to bring almost prosperity back to the United States. And I want to show you now how this is affecting the market. So YMAX down about 2.4%. We'll call that the S&P 500, about 2.4% down. We're looking at Block. Block is one of the companies that I own within my investing, or I don't own, but I own the YMAX ETF version, which is XYZY, the Square Option Income Strategy ETF, and they're down about 4.75%. We move along to MSTR, 4.49%. And a lot of these are going to be YMAX ETFs. So if you're invested in YMAX ETFs, you will see these downsides as well in your own. 4.82%. We have Apple down 5.75%. That was a big shocker for me, but that's a huge hit to Apple. And it's not even seen within the, okay, we're seeing it right here, but this is all after hours trading too. So just because we see 6% after hours doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to jump and be negative 6% in the morning, but likely there is that possibility that it will be. And I'm thinking it's very strong that it's going to stay at these markers, at these huge negative markers, because people are worried. And you can even see now the market's tanking even further, about 2.83%. So just even as this speech goes on, as more tariffs are announced, we are seeing the market fall and fall. As well, we're seeing companies overseas such as Alibaba get hit too. Alibaba is a Chinese company and they're down about 3.68%. So it's not only US companies that are getting impacted, but companies overseas, all companies around the world are getting impacted by these tariffs, which it's a scary time, but it's also a very exciting time. It's an exciting time if you are aware of this opportunity. The only ETF that I could find that was actually up today was SPXS, which is a 3 times bear on the S&P 500. So a lot is down today after hours, and it's going to be very interesting trading tomorrow. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, these tariffs have only begun and the hardships have likely only begun, because although we're getting confirmation that we're receiving these tariffs, we as consumers have not yet seen the effects of these tariffs and will likely not see the effects of these tariffs for months in. So definitely it's going to be an exciting time, but you have to build up cash over the next little while in order to take advantage. And I'm not only building cash through, let's say, a job or an income source, but I'm also developing new income sources, such as I'm going to be looking into a little bit of options trading, potentially selling calls, because I do own quite a few shares of YMAX ETFs. As you can see here, I own 225 shares of PYPY. YMAX, I own almost 1,500 shares or so. So I'd like to sell some covered calls and potentially generate some cash. I have to be very smart about this. I need to learn more, and I'm not necessarily suggesting you do this too, but I'm just giving you ideas. And then when I do feel the market has gone down, I'm going to use a lot of my cash. I'm going to keep some cash on the side, but then I'm going to use leverage, and I'm going to be very strategic and very careful how I use this, because we need to take advantage, but we have to be smart. So if that does sound good, please do remember to stick around for more updates, and I will keep you posted with anything I do with this. This is very exciting. There's a great opportunity ahead, but it totally depends on how you look for it, and you must prepare yourselves for this. So that does sound good. While we are tanking, I'm going to leave you guys. Please don't panic. Be smart and rational with your decisions, and I'll be here to guide you and hopefully help you along the way. So if that does sound good, we're up to 7,733 subscribers. Subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.